I'll pull the emails that Judge and I both had pertaining to it.
You don't have to, I'll put in a general request for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to like send me millions of pages of stuff.
No, I'll just pull
I
what
can imagine
you
you
need.
got what I'm looking for at this point.
Yeah, I do.
I'm trying to prove it wasn't you once again. Because it kind of seems like that's where this is going, is that they're going to try to blame it on you.
They probably are.
And I'm not going for that shit. So.
But if you said they were able to do it on the 19th.
I mean, they were doing Zoom here, like.
Zoom, they've been doing Zoom.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Zoom in the state, it don't seem much different to me. If they got all the stuff set up, Zoom, if you can Zoom hearing from the jail, you can stream live to the court, period. And
they Zoom with everybody.
The Supreme Court has sent out all kinds of guidance and directives to the judges, December, November of last year, basically telling them to do exactly what they failed to do and contact you. If they needed help to, contact IT, contact the Indiana Supreme Court. I mean, numerous documents have come out providing guidance for the judges. They have no excuse. I get, you're busy. This shit's crazy.
It is.
I mean, all around, like I ain't never been told in my life I had to wear a mask inside of a banking institution. I've never been told I had to wear a mask in court.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's crazy. You're adapting.
Yeah.
I would imagine you would be busy. I would hope you were busy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
2021 and you're IT. If you're not busy,
We're always busy.
then who knows what's going on around here. But like I said, I think it's leading to them trying to blame it on you. I would like to disprove that. I would like this judge to eat his accountability myself.
Well, if you file that records request, I will get the information and get it over to you.
I will probably have that into you sometime this afternoon.
Okay, perfect. You probably won't hear back from me today. I'm actually taking this afternoon off. I gotta take my dog to the vet.
If I public records requested it in person, you'd have 24 hours to respond that you received it. This is not legal advice. This is just my experience. If I public records requested, it's to my understanding that you have
3 days, I think.
24 hours if I requested in person,
Okay.
7 days if it's not in person. And then,
But I mean, I'll get it for you
Yeah.
right away.
but
I just can't work on it this afternoon.
once you respond that you've received my request, you pretty much can wait as long as you want, it seems,
But
according
I
to the law.
would prefer
Reasonable
to get
time.
it. I would prefer to get it done.
It would help me. I got some time limitations myself, so I got to go pick up some paperwork elsewhere at this point, actually. I imagine you're still busy, so I will let you go. But yeah, I'll get that into you probably this afternoon.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow morning. What is today? Thursday?
And now that I know it's coming, if I have a second this morning, I'll go ahead and pull the records.
Cool.
That way when I get it, I can just send it out.
All right. And you don't have to mail them to. If you can send me a PDF or something, if that's
Yeah.
easier. I mean, I'm always trying to save the county some money. Stamp is.
Correct. And that's
75 cents
digital
an hour or
is
something.
Usually the way I go with all of
Yeah,
those.
I'll print out what I need. But
I can tell you there probably wasn't very many emails.
I would imagine not.
To this.
Yeah, I don't imagine he is going above and
I'm
beyond.
thinking
So
there's maybe 2 or 3.
that's enough. But
Yeah.
I will let you get back to it. Thank you very much.
Nice to see
You have a lovely day. Enjoy this fine Indiana weather.
I'm happy it's getting warmer.
Indiana's the only
At least
place
we're not having
where you
to
will see
bundle
somebody
up
standing in 2 feet of snow saying that it's getting warm out. So
Yes, thank you. Have a
enjoy.
good one.
Have a good one. Oh. Hey, can I go out that door if I follow you? It's kind of confusing. It says not an entrance, not an exit, and I was going to just stand in the foyer all day, but
No, I got you. Yeah,
Here.
absolutely can. Thank you. Go ahead.
they got you transporting boxes and stuff now, man? Would you get demoted?
No, everything gets delivered to the front desk, and the facility is huge, as you can see.
Right.
So everything gets delivered there, and someone's bringing it back
Nice
here.
pants, by the way.
Thank you.
Where'd you get those?
Star uniform.
Star uniform.
Over Portage.
They look breathable, but durable.
They're exactly right.
These are a little too warm, but they're like brush proof through the woods and chiggers and all that
it's kind
stuff.
of the same thing, whatever.
All right.
I don't know.
And they're green, which is always a plus.
It's good.
Do they come in camo?
No, actually they don't.
Ah! Have a good one. Sheriff's Department. He's kind of up there too. Anyway, I'm gonna go move around a little bit elsewhere. See what we can get some footage of. You know what I mean? Testing out my handy dandy walking stick. Like a 6-foot long gimbal. Anyway, it's bright out here with all this snow. I noticed a few people commenting on my glasses, you know, like my yellow frame glasses, man. Which is crazy because it's like, seriously, it's a bit of a donation to charity, you know. It goes to some sort of a literary foundation. So I bought a few pairs. Mr. McCulka, how are you today?
Oh, I'm not him.
Oh, my bad.
Oh.
Man, the mask be messing everybody up. I thought I
know.
seen you come out of that office.
I know what you mean. Right here.
Anyway. But yeah. I donated to charity to get these. I bought a few pair. You know, they're relatively cheap, but I figure it's a good cause. I like being different, sticking out a little bit, obviously. So hard to confuse me with somebody else with these yellow frame glasses on, you know. With the mask, I could have a mask on and I could get confused for somebody else. I could get mistaken. These very unique attributes, well, on a camera, I stick out like a sore thumb. I stick out like a pair of bright yellow sunglasses. So it's hard to get me confused with somebody else that's being accused of some sort of activities. Anyway, yeah, that was an interesting little exchange. Gotta love Darlene Hale, the director of IT, because they, you know, it's real easy to blame shit on the IT department. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's IT. But we never reached out to IT. We never did anything to try to fix this over the course of 10 months. We just let it happen. And once we found out that we held a secret trial and people were going to sue us, now we're going to hit up IT. Well, like a month later. You see, she said that she got an email on Friday. Today's Thursday. That was about 6 days ago. So what is that, about February 19th? You know? That's well after January 20th. He wasn't even concerned with email and IT when they realized they had a secret trial. And that's because they knew this wasn't no accident that they figured out and they were worried about. They let it happen. They made it happen. And now that I'm sticking with it, now that I'm holding their feet to the fire about it, now this fucking judge a week ago wants to call IT and be like, I forgot I was a judge. I forgot that the trials had to be open to the public. I forgot the Constitution that I swore an oath to. Yeah, I'm sure he did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this motherfucker's either drunk, on drugs, or mentally handicapped. Because that's how you get a judge up out of office. Perpetually drunk, you know, shit like that. If he's on drugs, let's just make some accusations that fit the story, you see, because judges don't just forget that Americans have the right to an open trial in an open court. Y'all motherfuckers think I pled guilty. You know how pleading guilty works? You plead guilty in an open court. Open court. I didn't plead guilty in an open court, which means I didn't plead guilty. Yeah. Anyway. Don't think IT's willing to eat this one. Looks like the judge is going to have to eat the accountability here, and probably the sheriff's department. It's pretty amusing. Anyway, let's looking around a little more here. Busy day downtown. Oh, look. Are we about to make contact? Is he he's just doing a drive-by here. This here statue is supposed to represent peace. You see, that's what they say, is that Native American holding up that there broken arrow is supposed to represent peace. But if you get to looking into the history of LaPorte, this was all Native American land. There was a lot of wetlands. It was all Native American land. The French colonized all this. La Porte is French for the door. Okay? But all this used to be Native American land. That there is a symbol of being conquered, having their land stolen from them so we could erect these colonial monuments. Okay? While we're here, I'll go ahead and take a moment to say that, in my opinion, this here shit, this huge lawn wrapping around the courthouse is one of the biggest travesties that we have. This is all just French status, monoculture, okay? All this is just created here, or all this is like this to display status and wealth. That's what all that grass is. Hey, I got all this space that I don't have to grow food on. You know what I mean? And a long time ago, that's how you represented yourself as having wealth. Was that you were so well off that you didn't have to. Oh, hold on one second. Let's see if we get some contact here. Nope. Nope. Anyway, yeah, a long time ago, you displayed your status and wealth by having all this grassland and all this space where you could just afford to grow grass. You didn't have to grow food. You're that well off that you didn't have to farm your land. You could just let it sit, play croquet on it and whatnot. You know what I mean? So Northwest Indiana is essentially what's known as a food desert. Okay? Sustainable agricultural practices are anything but. And all this here could be growing anything but grass. Whether it's food for the community, native plants for pollinators, you know, fuck, anything but grass would be better. Alright? Here, take a look at this while we're down here. This is the basketball goal cage on the roof, right? And the inmates aren't allowed to have a basketball. They're not allowed to even have they're not allowed to really do much up there, okay? Because it's on the fucking roof of a 5-story building, you know, so it's closed down for months and months and months out of the year. In my opinion, the county should be teaching inmates how to do, you know, stuff with light scale gardening up on that roof there. Put a rooftop garden up there, you know, have inmates who have earned that trust, trustees, whatever, work release, you know what I mean? You can have them up there learning something they could take home with them. Learning a little something, you know what I mean? But then you got to add in the words liability and lawsuit, you know? Worried about an inmate tripping over a bag of dirt or, you know, some plants and suing the jail. But in previous talks with the sheriff, he was pretty open to some of this. Thought it was a good idea. Might not be able to do it on the rooftop, but there's other areas in town that he mentioned that he could be interested in inmates gardening. Because I kind of spoke with him on a more of a personal level about all this, not so much official, not a public records request endeavor or trying to hold officials accountable or anything, more trying to address the fact that a lot of the times folks that end up in the jail around here have drug problems or histories of trauma and such. I wonder if these are trash. Hold on, let me. Are these? Holy shit! Yeah. On full display. Here's the little cars that they put inmates in. All right. An inmate gets to talking too loud or protesting about his rights on the cell block. You know what I mean? He gets to asking too many questions and stuff. They strap him to this chair. We call it the race car. Anyway, let me turn this upside down. Yeah, see? It's interesting they're out here. I wonder if these are, I wonder if I can take these home. It's a lot of metal. Build me something cool out of that. Looks like a little bicycle trailer underneath almost. Yeah. Anyway, all these pallets. One of the Sally ports. Anyway, back to our stroll here. So there's an area over here where I was talking to the sheriff about. Because, re-entry and all that. This is, in my opinion, a lot of people that end up incarcerated have some sort of trauma-based experience, you know what I mean? Especially women that get involved with drugs. Hate to say it, but women have something that's more valuable than money. So when they get involved in drugs, they tend to have a little bit different experience than most males. A little more traumatic for women to be addicted to drugs, in my opinion. Men don't tend to be sexually propositioned as a form of payment. Drugs make you do things that you regret. Causes a lot of self-hatred, trauma, period. None of that ever really gets addressed. But a space like this, right behind the jail, this is a good spot for a garden. You know what I mean? Trustees, work release, stuff like that. People that they would ordinarily be committed to some form of therapy. Gardening's a great therapy. It's one of the #1 things studies have shown to help people deal with internal trauma, like things that come from, drug addiction, being incarcerated, all sorts of fun stuff. Not everybody that ends up in the jail is just a born criminal. Some people make mistakes because they're just dealing with their life the wrong way. And that doesn't mean they can't come back from it, given half a chance. An area like this turned into a garden behind the jail would allow the sheriff's department to institute some sort of a therapy program based upon gardening. And we actually have something like that was in LaPorte County. I'm not sure if it is anymore. It's called the Insight Garden Program. Excuse me here while I adjust my big stick. Anyway, there's a juvenile detention facility. Used to be called Camp Summit, and now it has adolescent girls in there that are involved in the Indiana Juvenile Corrections kind of facilities. Anyway, and this Insight Garden program has started in California. They've had tremendous success. They've got they've opened up in a few more states. One of them is Indiana. They have a program that they're running in Logansport Boys School, North Central Juvenile Detention Facility. And that's adolescent males there. And they were starting one up here at this facility here in LaPorte County. And I actually applied to be their community coordinator or something. They hired some chick out of Goshen from like Oregon or something. Anyway, I'm pretty sure she quit already. Anyway, they shut this program down. And I actually, you know, when I heard about all this, I'd already had my own plans. And I was trying to basically start this up locally. And I kind of thought this might be a foot in the door if I could get in with this other program and just have the contacts to do it locally through their program. But it ended up fizzling out at the juvenile facility here in the county. I haven't heard too much else about it. Didn't have a lot of support as usual. We're talking about fixing children by growing plants. People just think this is just a stupid concept and refuse to fund it, but they need it more than anybody. You know, the younger you are, the more chance you have to bounce back from whatever puts you in one of those facilities. Anyway, it's a big shame because there's no re-entry kind of program around here. And best I can tell, I'm one of the only people even slightly interested in trying to get something like that going. You know, obviously it's a booming business to just keep locking these people up for petty drug offenses and, you know, stuff like that. You know, you can just milk them for decades if you never get them any treatment. And, you know, naturally the county's about to have a methadone clinic. You know, so there'll be more drug addicts coming to town, coming to get their methadone and then leaving. So we're going to make this a hub for picking up your synthetic opiates. But we're not going to address, you know, the 10 plus years prior to this with this huge drug problem with opiates and pain pills and all that. I mean, it has hit this community hard. But we're all just going to ignore it and label all these people drug addicts and criminals. And they're not our neighbors. They're not your, you know, they're not your neighbors. They're not your family. Fuck them. They're just strangers, right? Sorry, I had to check how much juice and how much recording time I got left here. But yeah, they're just your neighbors, man. Or they're just drug addicts and criminals. They're not real people. You know, when they get out of jail, they just need to, you see that? Yeah? Yeah, you see the fucking sign, dumbass? Hey, walk. Green. I'm just gonna fucking turn anyway and try to hit you. That's weird. That's one of the worst parts about walking around down here is these fucking highways converging in the middle of downtown. And none of these idiots know how to fucking turn. Anyway. It's, yeah. It's just all this stuff going on in town. And, you know, the mayor ain't fixing none of this shit. He's targeting these people, condemning properties. He wants all these people out of his town. You know what I mean? He just wants them to leave. He doesn't want to make this a livable place. There ain't really nothing to do around this motherfucker but drugs. Get drunk, record the police and public officials. Other than that, there really ain't a whole lot to do around here. Which is why we have our own small town gangs. We have all these drug problems. Fucking, you know, we got non-compliant with the ADA sidewalks. We just got all these problems because why would anybody want to fix them when you can just blame labels? You know what I mean? Just call all these people drug addicts and criminals, and you never have to actually address the sickness. Hold on, let me, pants are getting kind of baggy here. I don't think I'll tighten my belt enough when I put it back on, so one moment here. Don't really like walking around with pants sagging and whatnot. Anyway, so it's, you know, there's just all these things that could be addressed that could actually make our town a lot better if people will pull their heads out of their asses and admit that certain problems exist and can be fixed. You know, That's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna run around town, put a fresh coat of paint on everything. Basically label anybody who isn't a straight white male Republican as some sort of a problem. Just want to start problems. No, man, I just want to see my community thrive, and not just the not just the white people that live on Keston Elm Drive and Fieldstone and shit. Not just all these motherfuckers that work downtown with suits and ties. Hello.
Hi.
Not just the old lady secretary gatekeepers either. I can only imagine all the shit she knows. This is a law office. People that smoke cigarettes are stressed out. Anyway. Yeah, just all kinds of things in the community. Check this real quick. That could be addressed and fixed and solved if they had the right mindset. Oh shit. Look at that, we got the Wall Street Journal laying right in the gutter where it belongs. Oh, go ahead and excuse me, folks. Gotta be quickly here. Gotta move quickly, I mean. Sorry, haven't had nearly enough coffee or cigarettes this morning. But yeah, it's interesting because these problems are right there, obvious in everybody's face. But in order to keep it all going the way it is, in order to have things like methadone clinics and drug treatment courts that are, you know, with a judge who's married to the the board president of the place that does drug treatment. So realistically, in the city of LaPorte, you could be sentenced by Judge Greta Friedman from the drug treatment court to the Swanson Center where her husband is the board president, and you could literally be court ordered to be on methadone. Isn't that fucking awesome? Isn't it awesome how a judge and the county attorney, in my opinion, you know, I can't state this as fact, but the way all the pieces look to me is that they've got some sort of a fucking monopoly on drug treatment around here. And they're making a killing. I'm talking a killing. You know, there's big money in having a guaranteed clientele, guaranteed government grant funding, guaranteed state money, you know. Words like children, veterans, drug treatment. You know, we ain't got no problem throwing money at this shit all day long, but results are few and far between. Shit, if you gave me sole control over addressing the drug problem and you gave me all this money to do it, I'm a fucking idiot and I would have had this problem solved. I'm talking, that's because I actually want the problem solved. I'm not trying to have, you know, a decade worth of drug addicts that I can milk their families for $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000, $1,500 at a time for bond, and then attorney's fees, and then probation, drug treatment court fees, all these fees. You know, this is a lot of money. Make a lot of money charging fees to get people clean off of drugs. You know what I mean? Just let them spend their fucking money on drugs, in my opinion. Shit, if you're not actually gonna fix the drug problem,